Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to cover three different things. One is the Starlink mini routing option. So plugging it in inside of your trailer, routing the long cord outside of your trailer, and ways to store it and ways to use it. Number two thing is my cooktop over here. I was cooking the other morning and it was disgusting. So I pulled it off and I'm just going to show you some ways to clean it and how gross mine is. And number three is I installed a deadbolt lock that you can unlock and lock with your watch or phone or things like that, or even a keypad. Stay tuned. Maybe you'll learn something.
Hey, I've got a giveaway in this video. Stay tuned at the end to find out what you can win.
I put the Starlink mini video out some weeks back, maybe a couple months ago now. I can't recall specifically, but I've been asked many times over, what's the best way to route this cord? Now, this is only for the mini. I don't say only for the mini, but mostly only for the mini. If you have the regular Starlink antenna, the bigger one, whatever version it is, it has a separate modem. This one has the modem and the antenna all built into one device, which is super handy and super small. So you can see it fits right here on the propane tank. But more importantly, what I want to show you is a potential way to route your power cable inside the trailer without drilling holes in the side. And if you have one of the older models without the Starlink data cable in the side, the smart plug cable that they have, and many of the new ones now. So this is super easy, something you can all do. I have the twin model. It makes it a little bit easier, but it's still very possible with a queen bed, whether it's a sideways queen or a north-south queen. So let's go check it out. When we're traveling in the truck or the van, we use this cable right here. So it has a regular plug, so the power cable here, then you have a 12-volt outlet, and then you have a USB-C. And I power it with my Blue Eddy power bank that I have. And the Blue Eddy powers it quite well. I've got the AC70 and I also have the AC200. They will run my fridge in the van and the Starlink all night long. Either one of those kind of will do both of those things. But if I'm going on a multiple day trip, I really need the 200. So again, I'll cover all those things when we talk about the van tour. But right now, you want to power this with your Airstream on AC power plugged in and leave this thing out here somewhere. So I'm here looking at the front of my trailer, and I have some stuff coming down from under here. So I have a propane line, I have the 7-way pin plug line, and it goes under here along the frame rail. Then I get to my Zamp solar panel plug, my grounding wires, and a few other wires, but you can all see that they go into a hole in the floor right there. So that's where we're going to route our cable through. I'm going to route it up into that hole, and I need the shortest amount I need possible. And then we'll do the rest of it just like this, up into the propane tank right here. And it'll sit on top of the propane tanks, curled up. And when I need to use it, pop the lid here on the propane tanks, pull the cord out, and then I can set it right here on top or out here in the driveway or the yard or somewhere like that. So let's go check that part out. So this cord is quite long, but really all I need to do is put it up in the hole in the floor, run a little bit up in there, and then you can take and zip tie this part all along all those other things. No big deal. So let's go inside and I'll show you what to do inside. I'm looking out the front of my trailer, a twin bed model here, and I have an outlet right there, but that hole in the floor comes up underneath the headboard right here. So here's where we go for that. Remove your mattress or peel it back. Now there are screws in here. I don't put them back in because I come in here to check stuff off. And so 3 or 4 screws, whatever they are, and then put your hand on the side of this felt somewhere, find your grip, and you can pull this thing out really easy. Now you're likely going to find yours looks a little different than this because most of you, this 12-volt box is on the floor. You also have an inverter in here and what looks like an outlet that the inverter is plugged into. If you have a solar panel, you have a solar controller, but you don't have this, you don't have this, and you don't have that. And you probably have a jumbled mess of wires in here, much more than I have now. So here's the hole in the floor right here. Just got to find where that cable came through. Once you find your cable, you can pull the cable out. And I can put it here And then I've got enough room up top here to plug it into this thing, and I can plug it right there into that outlet. And then this right here just goes back in. And now I have the power cable running out. So I can leave this cable unplugged right here beside the bed, beside the mattress, or I can undo this part and just have this separate in the drawer, or I can leave it plugged in however I need to use this device. Now let's go back outside and I'm going to show you where I keep the cable out there if I keep it set up this way. Thanks for your help, Blair. All right, now that I know I have enough cable inside to plug it into the wall outlet up there, I can take the rest of this and I can run it right along this frame rail right here, and I can zip tie it to the rest of these cords, power cables, and all the other things that are right here. And then all the rest of this is for me to use out in the yard, up with the propane tanks or whatever. What I'm going to do with it personally is I'm going to run it inside of my battery box here, because I don't have batteries in my battery box anymore. It's simply a storage box. So if you have that, the same case, there's holes in the side of it, holes in the corners of it. You can probably fit this cord through and pull it up through there and keep it wound up. If you still have batteries in the battery box, you can use your propane tank cover and just run it right up here beside the propane tanks all the way up, and it'll nest right in the top of the propane tank. Or if you have one of those boards from Air Board Shop, you can put one of those up there. Or if you've cut your own out of wood, you got that on up there, storage things up there. So you can leave this cord parked up there all the time with the rest of it zip tied under here. This will allow you to put the Starlink Mini on top of your propane tanks to use if you have a clear view of the sky the way you need to. Or you can have it set out here in the yard somewhere, or potentially even set it on the back of your tow vehicle or something like that, being right up here at the front. So the Mini works great. I've been as far away as 75 yards from it, and I still get a signal from it. So it has a very powerful antenna. So this thing works pretty great, and I'm very, very happy to have it. Again, this is still not my primary internet. My T-Mobile home internet is still my primary source of internet. This is a backup internet for when I don't have good cell service for the T-Mobile to work. And I've been very happy with it. I do the $50 a month for the Starlink, and have 50 gigabytes of data. And when I know I'm not using it, I just pause the service. So we used it in our van this past weekend. We were down in Zion National Park area and had very limited cell service down there. So I had the Starlink out, worked great. And everywhere I've had it, where I turned it on, where the cell data was not working, Starlink was amazing, and we had no issues with it. So very happy with it, very happy with the service. But again, I'll show you quickly on top of the propane tanks how I do this, and then, but I'm going to put it into my battery box. And again, zip ties right here. Super easy, super easy. If you have the queen bed model, or you have a front living room model, you have a hole in the floor. Everybody has a hole in the floor, because your 7-way pin has to go to that 12-volt grade, 12-volt DC box. Your battery cables coming out of this battery box have to go to your inverter and that 12-volt box up there. So every one of us have a hole in the floor right here or over there. It may be on one side or the other. You just got to crawl under and see which side it's on. But every one of us has a hole there in the floor, and you can run this cable up through there and find a way to route it around your furniture to get it to plug into the nearest outlet, and then you have all the excess cable outside. Pretty easy to do. So I can leave it nested up in here. I can put a cable ties on it or something like that and lay it up over in my lock here. So if you don't have a propane tank lock, that one's from Torque Lift Central. Really great lock. It locks my propane tank cover on, therefore it locks my propane tanks on. And I also have these gas stops from Air Gear, and they have a 90-degree fitting and a nice hose here. So this all works great. Now I like having this up here. But again, I'm going to remove mine and put it down in the battery box because I have space down there to have it. And just to clarify, the cable that I'm showing you in this video is the one that came with the Starlink Mini, not one I purchased extra. It's the one that came with it. Same with that power outlet that's inside right here. And I know some of you may be wondering, well, what if I need that cable for something else? This other cable that I have with the 3 connectors, I got this on Amazon. It's plenty long enough, and they make them longer than this one. So I've never needed this. I never needed this to be longer. And I plug it in again in the van, which is right here behind me. We use the Blue Eddy. I set it on the floor inside, run it out the sliding glass door or the sliding door on the other side, and I typically put the Starlink on top of the roof and it runs down like that, or I put the Blue Eddy in the back door and I run the Starlink up on top on the back. Really depends, or I put it out in the yard. It really depends on the environment we're in. And I also have a Starlink flagpole deal, and I'll show you what that is when I do the van video. And if any of you are wondering about safety of this, I do have a lock on here, and that's a lock from Air Gear. And the same locks are over here on my shower and water fill station. And they have these cool shiny locks here too. I upgraded all the locks. I made videos on all of the things, but I'll have links to every bit of it down below, should you desire to have something just like it. And before I'm done with the Starlink Mini, I just want to say real quick, I have this computer case here. It's a Targus computer case. The Starlink Mini fits perfectly right down in here like this, and my little cable fits perfectly right down in here in this front pocket like this. When I first showcased the Starlink Mini, I had the riveted market suction cup deal here in the skylight. I still have those. It's still an option. I can still use it, but I can use that cord right there and I can plug it in somewhere back here if I need to and run it up in the skylight. I don't like doing it typically unless I have to, because I like light here and not covered up with a skylight. So I still have those suction cups. They still work great. Still a fan of it. And I'm able to use that other cable with a USB-C plug outlet plugged here in the wall, and I can still run the Starlink Mini here in the skylight should I need to. All right, that's all for now. Thanks for joining. I'm cleaning out our cooktop again today, and it's pretty gross. I was cooking eggs this morning and I spilled some over here on the side, so it ran down inside here and inside here. So I popped the top off, and if you don't know, I'll show you how to do that in just a second. It's very simple, but you can see like pepper and salt and whatever else flies down in here. Some of these black dots you might see in here are actually part of the printed words in there, but there's other stuff in here that's falls down in the cracks. That happens all the time. And here's the top. But what's really gross is right there between, you can see some of it down in that crack there. And the problem is these things are riveted to this piece. So to get it truly clean, you'd have to drill out the rivets and put new ones in. Not a huge deal, but that's some of the gunk that I pulled out from that crack. It's so gross. One other thing is like salt and some of your spices, if they get under this edge or this lip or go down in this hole right here, it can start to cause corrosion. So make sure you get those stuff cleaned up. I share this with you just in case you want to pop yours off and clean it too. But here's quickly how to pop it off. Starting back here at the edges, you can pop off either side. And it's kind of difficult to do, but once you get a feel for it, you'll understand. And if you do bend these metal tabs a little bit, no big deal. And you can pick up the back, and then there's two little tabs here at the very front, and you'll see those as you pick up the back and slide it out. And then you're able to clean underneath it. And putting it back in is exactly the opposite. You put the front in first, and then pop in the back side. And then shine everything up. Close it up, and put it away. Hey everybody, I've got this off-the-shelf lock here. It's a Wi-Fi smart lock, and I'm going to attempt to install it on my deadbolt over here on the door. I've worked with a couple different companies who are trying to make a specific Airstream solution that meets this needs, but I'm sorry, whoever you were that tagged me in this Facebook post, but I can't find the post and I can't find where you tagged me. So please make yourself known. I'm sorry that I can't find it. But I bought this lock some months ago based on a Facebook Airstream Addicts post, and someone had installed this on their Airstream, so I'm going to do the same thing. But again, I've worked with a couple companies who are trying to make an Airstream specific solution. And I can't show or share any details about those things right yet, but they're still working on them and trying to figure out a solution, because 2023 and older require one specific lock, 2024 and newer requires different specific lock. So hope to have something out on those things as soon as I get them. But for now, this is an off-the-shelf solution for you if you want to leave your keys in the rig and be able to lock and unlock your door as you go. And I think this is very important for those of you with pets like us. We have Piper, so if I leave somewhere and go off into the wild blue yonder and Piper's here, I do have a camera in my rig so I can watch and monitor what she has going on. We are also able to control our air conditioning temperature and things like that from afar. But this leaves an option for if I had, if my neighbor called me and said, Brad, Piper's having an issue or something else going on, I could unlock the door from afar or give them a way to unlock it with their phone. So I'm going to check the Wi-Fi function. I think it's Bluetooth, but I don't know all the details yet. I've not done any research past ordering it. And we're going to go through the whole process together. So let's join me for installing a Wi-Fi/Bluetooth lock, unlock, and I can unlock and lock my Deadbolt, not the handle, but the Deadbolt only, with my phone. So here we go. All right, taking it off. Here's what the lock looks like. Many of you have seen these or used these in home applications. It's just really, you can turn the lock with your handle and it does the exact same thing as the little knob on there now. But this is also able to be used with Bluetooth and or Wi-Fi, yet to be determined. So the hardware that comes in this thing, it's a whole lot of extra packaging for not much product. These are actually what fit onto the knob itself and then go to this device here. Let's get started. Download the app and begin the setup. Not very much instructions there. I assume the app will tell me everything I need. See if I can find it on my computer because I'm using my phone to make this video with. There's a video on the website. So it says remove the plate. Now, if you have a house door, it says apply tape on the outside side of it, but I don't need to do this one just because I know the lock mechanism. But I'm gonna grab my screwdriver here. I'm gonna take this thing off. All right, so here's your lock. You have to kind of center this up to get the two screws out here. So I'm going to pull those two screws out right now. And then your whole lock pulls off so you can see what the inside of that looks like. But this is really just a simple, it's really just a simple knob here that turns. So there's that. The next step is to affix this plate to it using your same screws that came with your original one. Now, this thing does come with a gap here, so should you have, depending on your door application, you may have some gaps in the door or whatever like that, and you want to cover it with this plate, but I think this is fine for this application, so I'm going to install it. Now, it comes with these various different mounting adapters here, so they're color coded. I think the green is probably the most. All right, I got my little trusty hammer out and hammered that thing on a little bit, so that's good. This is open the wing latches on the back. Close down the wing latches. This is remove the cover. Battery. Replace the cover. Now I've got to install this piece. It's called the door sense. It's really supposed to put it near the lock on a regular door deadbolt, but I'm gonna have to, I don't know how close it has to be. So I'm gonna try to put this over here somewhere on the door frame using the little adhesive strip here. And we'll see what this works. Put that there. It has a little cover. Now I got to download the app and see what we have going on there. But before I do that, I just want to show, like, the door is locked. I can't open it. The door is unlocked. I can't open it. So that function works just like the handle does. Alright, so far the lock is operating pretty cool. I had to set it all up on my app on my phone, so you can connect it to HomePod or all the things like that. So we have Apple devices here at the house, so we have the HomePod. So I've connected that. It wouldn't work right, so I reset the device, restarted the device. The little white knob, which is a proximity sensor, is really all it is. It will automatically lock and unlock the door if you leave and do things like that. But it's where I have to put it is too far away because of where this block is slid over too far. So it's a little too far away for it to pick it up. So I deleted that function. I also put the app on my watch here so you can see that, what it looks like. I am able to unlock and lock with my app on my watch, but my phone app only lets me unlock. And I'm not sure what's going on there. So I'm going to delete everything, start anew, and then we'll try this all over again. But so far, it's a pretty cool option. I like the Wi-Fi. So if you have Wi-Fi in your home, in your Airstream like we do, it's something you can use. And you can unlock it remotely for someone if you need to. Also, if you happen to know your neighbor or friend wants to go check out your rig or something like that, you can text them an invite and they will be able to unlock it using their phone. So it's a lot of neat features like that that I think are great. And again, back to having pets and having Piper. So if we were to drive away and Piper's here and I notice something weird's going on, I could call or text my neighbor and I could also send them an invite and they will be able to unlock the door. And with the Wi-Fi set up, I'm able to unlock it remotely. So a lot of really cool features there. And I think it's cool. The battery's supposed to last 6 months, but I heard some reviews and read some reviews that it lasts a few weeks and not months. So we'll see how that pans out. But so far, I think it's a neat option. There is an optional keypad that you can install outside to put a door code or whatever on, but I don't want to stick it to the outside of the rig, so I'm not really sure where I would put that. Maybe on the awning arm or, I don't know, down under the step or something like that. So I'm not really sure what I would do with the keypad if I had one. But so far, cool lock, cool option. All right, the door is locked. I can unlock it with my watch. I can relock it with my watch. If I go to the app, I'm going to close the app and open the app again. It's discovered and it says it's locked. So I can unlock it, but it still shows locked when it's unlocked. If I close the app and open the app again, it still shows it's locked. The watch works, but the phone app does not. All right, everybody, it's a whole new day. I finished doing this lock install last night. You can see right here. It works well, very well. I had some issues with the lock. I couldn't get the app to work quite right. Now, my watch app will work great, so I could go into here, click on the app, and it's a green and red button. So I could say, lock, and it locks, and unlock, and it would unlock, and you hear the notification. So I've also set this thing up onto Apple, my home pod, so I can even say, hey Siri, lock the front door.
Locking the entrance.
It takes a few seconds, but it happens. It's over Wi-Fi. Hey Siri, unlock the front door.
You'll need to continue on your iPhone or iPad.
Yeah, if my phone's locked, it won't do it. But it's a really neat option. There's many options you can set it up with. One function is I like the notification, so if it ever locks or unlocks, and I didn't expect it to, I do get a notification on my phone or on my watch. There's proximity sensors you can turn on and off, so if your phone gets close enough, it unlocks, and so on and so forth. There's a myriad of functions like that, so I think it's a unique, good option. This one is the smallest one, so I think this is the Gen 4 of this thing, but it uses, you just pop the cover plate off here, and it uses the short, fat little batteries, like the Surefire flashlight batteries is what I call them, but multiple brands out there now. But it's something neat and unique, and if you have Wi-Fi or have internet in your home, you can lock and unlock it with that. So I think these are good for your house. These are good for a front door, back door. These are good for, you know, your Airstream if that's something you want. If you have a newer model Airstream, so 2024 and a half is when they changed this door handle out. This system I don't think will work with that because the way that lock is integrated, but there are some companies out there currently working on those, some type of device for that. For now, if you have the 2024, early 2024s and older models, you have this type of door lock and this will work for you. So it's something unique. I don't remember what this lock costs, but I'll have links to it down below in the video description, and you can get yours from Amazon, which is where I got it. And it's a super simple install. 2 screws, pop plate off. You just got to make sure that the little mechanism you slide onto your stud there does not have any bonding in it. And it's a green one you have to use because it's the one that looks like a smiley face, I call it. But it's very tight, so I had to kind of hammer it on. But once I got it on, it's on there. So it'd be a pain to ever get off if I needed to take it off. So
Hey friends, one more thing on the lock. The little green part that I had to push on, hammer on. My friends at Riveted Market reached out to me just yesterday as I'm editing this video and said, hey, I've got a really cool 3D printed thing for that fits perfectly on the Airstream door itself. And I have a rubber ring that goes around the back of this thing that you can put on that keeps the little wings that hold the lock onto the plate itself, keeps those from popping off in the vibrations of travel. And he has a cover that goes on the outside of your trailer. You can put it on the arm of your awning or on the glass outside or something like that, but it covers up a keypad. Should you desire to order the August lock with the keypad, there's multiple variants of that keypad you can use and leave it outside, and it stays Bluetooth locked to the phone all the time. So sometimes your phone takes a while to connect, sometimes your watch takes some time to connect, things like that, but the keypad is always Bluetooth connected to it, and you can hit the keypad on the thing and it will unlock the door. But he has a cover for that, and he's pressure tested it, like hard pressure washer, driving with it, all kinds of things that keeps the keypad safe. So that is an option as well. Anyway, if you want to get any of those, they're on the Riveted Market website. You can check them out. And I have a discount code that you can get from Riveted Market. The link to Riveted Market and the discount code are down in the video description below.
anyway, hope you enjoyed. It's something unique. It's something different. It's something some of you have longed for and trying to find ways for. And if you have this, you can have this at your home and your Airstream, so you could have the same app for all the things. All right, as always, thank you very much for joining, and thank you for making us a part of your day. Love you all and can't wait to see you on the road. Happy adventures, everybody. Bye.
All right, the giveaway this week is a fan, a camping fan. This really cool camping fan here. I released a video yesterday or today on the 3 different types of fans this company has. You can go check those out. It'll be linked right here on the screen and down below in the video description. Really cool fan, really cool models, but I'm giving away the smallest version of the fan, the camping fan, battery operated, does all kinds of fun things. I have links to the fan down below, and you can see it on the review video. Really nice setup, really cool things. How you can win is you go to our website, 13adventures.com. Over on the side, there's going to be a button that says Contact Us. You hit the Contact Us link, and then you type in your name, email address, and camper fan, camping fan, or some combination of that. And I'll know what you're entering to win. But please go check out the review video. You may be interested in buying a couple of those for yourself for various reasons. So we use them in our camper van. We use them in the Airstream. We use them outside. They're really nice setup to have. The contest entries to win this are only open for 72 hours. This video comes out Sunday morning. On Wednesday morning, I will draw for the winner, and I will reach out to that winner and let them know they won and get their shipping address and get it shipped off to them. Thanks for joining, everybody. Love you all. Have a great day. Bye.